Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about why I'm making all of the decisions that I am making in a ranked game of the finals. And normally when I make these videos I am solo queuing, and in this one I'm duo queuing with absolutely nobody here. And then the third teammate is just a random teammate. We have 3 heavies. Having heavies and mediums is very, very good, so like 2 heavies and 1 medium, or 2 mediums and 1 heavy, but 3 heavies is also strong, and you can go with that, and that's just what we have here, because that's what the teammate decided to play, and then we also just decided to play heavy, so, you know. And this is on Las Vegas, and we just open Vault 1, and we basically just wait for the first fight. So we put Vault 1 into Cash Out B, and now we're just waiting for someone to come so we can defend it, and teammate marks something, and it's very, very good to pay attention to markers. It's just probably going to be good, and then we can also see that they started blowing the roof up or something. They blew something up there. Teammate goes out to the right to investigate. They throw a dome shield. I have another dome shield ready in case it gets destroyed, because they don't have much health. Gets destroyed, I throw the dome shield, and then I kill that guy that was around to the side. Then my teammate gives me the call out that they're low, and I just charge and slam, and we finish them off. So this was a really quick fight. A lot of fights in this game are very kind of slow, and you get defibrillated, you get rezzed, and you kind of get back into the fight. This one was just super fast. And the reason this video has the title that it has, which is going to be something like how to master the heavy in the finals or something like that, is because we're playing 3 heavies, and it's just kind of showing that off while also like giving you the tips and tricks, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna skip to the next fight. So we were able to get to the next vault, and we put it into the cash out. We didn't see anyone, and now we're just here. I told my teammate to goo up the vent so that no one could come through that, and now we're just waiting to defend, right? We've laced it with C4 and a bunch of barrels so that it just makes it a little bit harder for someone to steal it. They've got to, you know, get rid of all those things or wait for them to disappear. Someone opens that door, so I think there's someone out there. Oh no, there isn't. I just wanted to close the door, never mind. Now there's someone in this vent because the goo, like, got destroyed because they opened the vent, so I just destroy that turret real quick. I do use my RPG on it, which maybe isn't the best decision, but I didn't want that turret there because sometimes the turrets mess you up later on down the line. I'm just kind of playing a bit passively here, and then I just decide to go down with my teammates because they went down as well, and we just wiped the team. So again, this is a really, really fast fight where it just went really well for us, and also following your team and paying attention to what your team is doing is very, very good, because there I kind of stayed up for a second just to see what my teammates were doing. I saw they both went down, so then I went down as well, and we did end up just winning that fight really quickly. On to the next. We have opened our 3rd vault here, and there's 1 minute left in the game, so we don't really want to put this into A, because if we don't start a cash out, we're going to win, and the other cash out that's ongoing right now still has time left on it, so there's really not going to be a whole lot of time left for someone else to start a cash out, so we don't want to start this. And this is the teammate that I'm not voice chatting with, so they're shaking their head, they're telling me they don't want to put it in, and I get the message, you know, so we don't want to put this in because then we're just going to win. So we just kind of lace this with C4. We're about to anyway, most likely. I do this symbol because my teammate and I are talking to each other. We just put a bunch of C4 on this, and you know, just in case someone tries to steal it and tries to put it into the cash out, we want to have it like kind of close by, but we don't want to put it in, and we want to make sure it is somewhat secure so that no one can put it in. So we just kind of wait out the rest of the game here. At least we would have if this didn't happen.
Oh! What?
So there, obviously someone tried to steal the vault because they wanted to try and put it into the cash out, and me and my teammate just blew it up, and they died. A really sad death there at the end. And we won the game! So, on to the next one, on to round 2. We are at the start of round 2, and I used the charge and slam here just to get a small movement buff for a couple of seconds, and we are going to go to Vault 2 because it looks like it's closer. I see a light here, and I RPG the light. Always good to hold out the RPG just in case you do run into any lights, and that's what happened there, and I ended up getting a kill because obviously the RPG one-shots lights. Here, this guy is low. Charge and slam is also good for just, like, cutting people off, which is kind of what I did there. Got close to them with the shotgun, and then I finished them off. And now there is one more person on the enemy team. I get them low, we get them low, and then we don't really know where they've gone, and instead of just kind of chasing around to find this person, I just decide I'm going to put the vault in, because it's better to get the game started and to try and put the cash out in first than it is to just try and run around and get the other kill. But in saying that, teammate just finished the guy, and that's a team wipe, and now we're just going to put it into A. So here we are at cash out A, and I end up getting deleted by this double barrel light. The double barrel shotgun can two-shot heavies, which is how I died so quick there. And one of my teammates must get a kill here, and then they're about to get another one, and then they just get another one, and they completely wiped the team here. So they did really, really well, and I'm going to get revived. I really don't have a lot to say about this fight because I wasn't really there for it, so I'm just going to skip to the next one. My teammates just did well there, so, you know, props to them. So we are still by cash out A here, and the floor drops, and generally when a floor drops it means that someone made the floor drop, right? So I drop down to make sure that they can't steal it because they might have blown up our C4 and they might be stealing it. I see this medium here, I RPG them, and then I just focus my attention on the turret because I know that they're probably going to have run away, and I don't really want to run into that mine. Then I decide I want to blow up the mine so my teammates don't run into it, just in case one of them doesn't know it's there, and that's what ends up killing them. Just wanted to get rid of it. I see a light here, I try and shoot them, but the floor ends up dropping. I don't actually know what does that, but the floor does drop. I try and blow up the cash out with my C4. They must have got rid of the C4. There isn't a whole lot I can do here, and they do end up getting the cash out. So this kind of shows that sometimes you don't have to win the fight to get the cash out. I was on the bottom floor there, I'm not too sure where my teammates were, but it seems like none of us were really able to prevent them from stealing that, and now a teammate is running to Vault 3, which also is a good thing to mention actually. When you lose a cash out, there really isn't a whole lot of point staying near that fight. Like, there just isn't that much point. You're not fighting for cash, and cash is the objective, right? So my teammate here goes to open Vault 3, and they get a little bit lost because this is a confusing map, to be fair. Then they open it, and I coin as soon as I can because they're far away. But yeah, it's good to not continue a fight when it's not by a cash out sometimes, because now we have an extra 1,000 cash. That's another 1,000 cash we wouldn't have had if they didn't run away from that fight. We would have just got wiped, most likely, you know? So it's good to run away from fights sometimes as well. Here the vault is open, and there's 4 minutes left of the game still. I get an assist. I try and destroy this turret. It's still doing a lot of damage to me. I don't have a dome shield. I shoot that guy from far away. Sometimes it's good to just take shots at people in case they're low, especially with this heavy shotgun because it does have a fair bit of range to it. I destroyed this turret. I'm super, super low, and then I end up dying, and now I'm spectating my teammate. And we're just going to see how they do. They've got a mesh shield and a dome shield. I am getting rezzed. Someone is on the roof, so I know that someone's probably going to be on the roof when I revive. And I don't remember what I'm going to do. We're going to find out together. We're just going to take the vault. And the reason for that is because this is also a pointless fight. You really don't want to be taking pointless fights in this game. You just want to, like, take the fights that you have to, which are the fights by the objective. The kills in this game don't matter. They really, really don't. All that matters is who has the most cash at the end of the game, or the top 2 people that have the top 2 cash outs at the end of the game, right? So we are trying to open the vault, which we've done, and now we're trying to put the vault into the cash out, which we are doing, and I'm going to skip to the next fight so I don't have to talk through these things where nothing happens. We are defending cash out C. A teammate has pinged an enemy, and I somehow see a light here, and I try and kill them. Then I see a medium here, and I tell my teammate he's behind there. That's the one I'm voice chatting with. And I have absolutely no idea where they disappeared to right here, but they've vanished somehow. And we're just trying to make sure we defend the cash out. I kill that guy. I see they've thrown something, so I get out of whatever it was. I don't know if it was a glitch grenade or a frag grenade, so I just get out of the dome shield because I know they threw something, and it wasn't indeed a frag grenade, and it didn't blow me up there. So, you know, it's always good to, like, pay attention to what the enemies are doing as well. If they're holding a gun, they're gonna shoot you. If they throw something, it's probably going to be a good idea to not stand in the way of whatever they threw, so I got out of the way of that. Someone went to steal the cash out, and I blew the C4 up, and I got a kill. They didn't get the cash out. So also putting, like, C4 or proximity mines or breach charges or anything like that on cash outs are good, and they are going to save you a lot of hassle if you just keep doing it consistently. I get killed by a double barrel light, but it doesn't really matter because we got the cash out and, you know, we kind of won this fight already. Even if we die here, it doesn't super matter. This heavy gets stunned by that light, they end up taking them out, and I'm probably going to get rezzed, and then we're going to find out what I do next together. Here something interesting happens. This person is on purple, and we try and take them out. There's 20 seconds after the game. We don't want them to put that vault into cash out A. If no vaults are put in here, we win this game in 10 seconds, right? But unfortunately, that does not end up happening, and purple are going to put 1 vault into cash out A, which happens there, and I'm waiting for my team here, and then they put 1 into cash out B as well. So they're about to get 44,000 cash, but from 2 different cash outs, which is something that really isn't very commonly done. And here, my teammates and I get a little bit confused, because we think that if purple gets this cash out, we're going to win because we're going to be in second place. I don't think that that's true, because if pink get a kill here, they're going to be ahead of us, which happens now, and now we have to get one of the cash outs. So for a brief second there, like if pink got wiped, then it might have been okay. We would have had to hope that purple keeps both of the cash outs, but it was just a little bit confusing because purple had 44,000 cash in 2 different cash outs, which doesn't normally happen. Normally it's 44,000 cash in 1 cash out. I get a kill there, I'm super low after being RPG'd, and then we just get a team wipe, so my other 2 teammates must have each gotten a kill as well. They just go for the steal. Double dome shield is very, very good because the dome shield doesn't have much health. If you throw 2 of them, it's going to be twice as hard to break in, and then we do end up winning that game. So that was a little bit weird there, because normally when someone has 44,000 cash that they're about to get from a cash out, it's only in 1 cash out, but there it was in 2, meaning that it was going to be hard for purple to defend both, so we kind of had to go and get one, and then pink got a kill anyway, so they were ahead anyway, and we had to go and get it, and then we got it, and now we're going to the next round. But it is always good to keep an eye on how much cash each person has to see whether or not you needed to enter that fight. So there we kind of identified quite quickly that we had to get that cash out, which just gave us more time. Whereas if we only realized with like 10 seconds to go, we probably wouldn't have won that fight, you know? So it's good to pay attention to how much cash everyone has and how much cash you need to win the game. This is the start of round 3, and we are going to Vault 1. I'm a little bit behind because I was AFK for a second when I probably shouldn't have been. If you're playing ranked, try not to be AFK because it can be annoying. But I catch up, I'm not too far behind, it's okay. And here we... Like, one of my teammates are low, so I obviously know there are teammates about. I don't know exactly where they are, and then I see a light to the right, and I try and shotgun them. I RPG here because I thought they were using invisibility, but upon looking at this again, I can clearly see they're using the evasive dash. I get that guy super low, and I also realize there's 2 teams here. There's purple, and then someone else. I'm not sure if it's like pink or salmon, but there is another team here as well, because I could see the colors of that guy after I shot them. And here we kind of just want to hang back. We want to let the teams fight each other, and again, you want to put the vault into the cash out. You don't want to just kind of take a pointless fight, look for where the people are, try and get the team wipe, try and get the kills. It's all about the cash. You want to put the cash out into the vault. Charge and Slam on this map is particularly useful for getting through the walls, because there's just so many walls on this map. It can be really hard to navigate sometimes, so just using it to get through certain walls and obstacles on this map in particular is very, very useful, so I just keep that in mind as well. And we're just about to put Vault 1 into Cash Out A. So in that last fight there, I don't think we did anything. I certainly didn't get a kill anyway, but yet here we are at Cash Out A, which we've put in for that extra 2,000 cash rather, and now we're defending it. Now we've got the advantage because we're defending it. So again, you don't have to win the fight to have the advantage down the line, you know? And that's what's happened here. So, you know, so far we've seen a lot of very, very fast fights. Nearly all of them have been super, super fast, or fights we kind of just left. This is a fight that we don't leave, and this is a fight that is not fast. We know there are people out here. I didn't really want to use my RPG, but then I used it, and I didn't get that kill, but I think that person did die, because, you know, I didn't get the assist or elimination, but I saw coins, so someone died. So I'm pretty sure that there's 2 teams here. So now I know that, just have to be a bit more careful, and then I see someone else from a different team, so that's kind of clarified it. And we're all staying in this room because this room is safe. This is a pretty safe room. They're going to have to take us out if they want to get the cash out, or they're going to have to blow a wall up or something. Here the teammate dies, you grab the totem, and you res. You don't have to try and, you know, take on this 2v3. You can just take a moment to res. My teammate's trying to hold them off. They do a great job. Throw another dome shield. The nice thing about 3 heavies with 3 dome shields is that you can rotate them. So I use mine when that's on cooldown, they use theirs, and so on. That's kind of what we're doing here. We're almost doing it passively, and it's just going very well. What the enemy should be doing here is destroying the dome shields as soon as they can, and that would just give them a bit more, you know, comfort if they decided to push or something. Because the dome shields really don't have much health. If you're playing against a heavy and they use a dome shield, just destroy it. They should have just destroyed them there. I end up dying, and a teammate comes to res me here, and one of them is staying by the cash out. And a team gets wiped, and I think it is the team that we're fighting. So again, my teammates probably just did well there, killing whoever was left on that team. Not much time left on A, so it's probably going to be secure, and I am going to skip to the next fight. We are at cash out C here, so we've opened a vault and we put it into cash out C, and now we're here. Teammate starts getting shot. So we know they're somewhere. We don't really know where they are. We don't know if they're on the roof or behind that wall that they just blew up, but it's probably the second option. The dome shield is good for pushing. It's good for like a very fast push, but unfortunately my RPG shot gets blocked by the mesh shield here, so I decide to flank instead, and that doesn't go very well, and I just retreat. If you think you're going to die, just retreat. Go back to your teammates, like let them switch out instead of you while you regenerate health, and just retreat. And then they end up getting the kill. So I did kind of serve as a distraction there, and that allowed my teammates to kind of push them a bit more, and we got the wipe. So again, this is back to being a very, very fast fight compared to others. Last 12 seconds of this game right here. We have opened Vault 5. Vault 5 is in a place where it is secure and where no one else is going to be able to put it into a cash out. The reason for that is because if we don't start a cash out, we win the game. I know I've probably said this in like every video, but the amount of games I've played where someone starts a cash out that they just didn't need to start and then we end up losing the game because of it it's a very annoyingly large number. So do just pay attention to how much cash you have and how much cash you need to qualify. If you have more cash than you need, you don't need to start a cash out. I'm going to skip to the final round. So we have opened Vault 1, the only vault that we could open because it's the final round, and we're waiting for the enemy team to show themselves so that we can fight them. Basically, the rules in the final round are obviously different, so what you should do is probably going to be different as well. Sometimes you can take some fights you don't need to. In the other rounds, I would have said only take the fights you need to. In this, you can fight for fun sometimes. So like, here, we could take this fight, because if we die, it doesn't really matter. They're just going to get it into the cash out. But we can also just put it into the cash out. I mark B here, even though it's further away, because I think that they might have A reinforced a little bit. So I just want to go to B to make sure it's not reinforced, because it's the one that's further away. So they probably haven't reinforced that one if they reinforced either of them. So we go to B, and I do use my charge and SAM there to get through a wall, so that's super useful. Teammate uses it to get through a wall here, and now we have the vault in A. So the whole team is still alive, right? B, rather. It's in cash out B. The whole team is still alive, but now we have the vault in. I've got C4 on it, and so we kind of have the advantage here, right? So we have 0 kills. We didn't kill anyone, but we do have the advantage right now. So that's just one thing to note. I see a light, RPG the light. If you're heavy, that's how the saying should go. If you see a light, RPG the light. There's no more light. Hooray. There's a mine there and there's a turret. I'm just kind of mindful of both of those. If you see a turret, it's probably a good idea to destroy it so that it doesn't mess you up later on. We've got 3 dome shields here. You know, one of the perks of playing 3 heavies is that you can be super safe if you're inside that middle dome shield. The con of this is obviously that we're not going to have another one. But that's okay, because I'm about to kill this person, I think. And my teammate is probably going to kill that last one. It's not the last one though, because I check the scoreboard here, and I tell my teammate that there's a light and a heavy. So when you are dead, one thing you can do is tell your teammates who's still alive. So they're expecting this light because I told them, and then they get the kill very, very quickly. So even if you're dead, if you're voice chatting with the person you're playing with, you can always say, be careful, there's one more after that person, or you can be like, there's a heavy and then there's a light as well, and that can just help them prepare themselves a bit more, instead of thinking that like the whole team is wiped after they get that kill and then they die to someone. So that's just one thing you can do when you are dead as well. I'm going to skip to the next fight. This turret is shooting me here because I have gone through the red bars. If you're playing on this map and you go through the red bars, the turret shoots at you and then you have to press a button to deactivate it. We're fighting the enemy team here. One teammate is dead. That guy's low. I get the assist. I'm super low. I reload the RPG, or I whip the RPG out anyway because I haven't used it yet. Then I whip the C4 out because I think they're going to steal it. I reload the shotgun because it's good to have your weapons reloaded. I blow up the person trying to steal the cash out. because that was from my C4. It's always good to put C4 on cash out so that you can do that. This turret starts shooting me, and I just go a bit crazy here. And I do that because I thought there was only one person left on their team, so I thought I would be able to take them out. And also because if we lose, there's no real problem. It's not like they're going to get a cash out if we lose that fight, you know? They still have to go to the next vault and then open it, and then they also have to put it into the cash out. So that fight didn't really matter, which is why I was kind of able to do that, but I did still die. And now we're going to respawn, and we're probably going to go to Vault 2, so I shall save you the time, and I'll skip right to that. We are chasing after the person that has the second vault. We want to put this in just because it's going to give us a tiny bit of an advantage. We're going to be able to put our C4 on it and such. So we're just chasing after them. We get RPG'd by someone from above here, so really you just want to get the cover. You don't want to turn around and start shooting, because you're probably just not going to win that fight. You want to get to a bit of cover here. So I use my dome shield, and then I charge and slam back to my teammates. You do always want to stay close to your team as well. We're still just chasing after whoever has Vault 2. And then one of them dies, so I kind of back off a little bit. I kill a light that was from behind. It's always good to RPG and then follow up with a shotgun. That's a very, very good combo, especially if you don't finish them with the RPG. It's very, very good against mediums as well. I get that heavy super low, call it out to my teammates, they come down and finish them off. So I will also say, just communication is very, very good. If you call out that someone's super low, it's going to give your teammate much more of an incentive to just go and finish them off, which is what happened there. Where if you didn't tell them they were low at all, they might have just not taken the fight, or they might have taken the fight a bit more cautiously, maybe not finished them off. Here, I throw a dome shield, take out the turret, steal the cash out. Pretty simple. And the dome shield was also so that the game turret didn't shoot me, because I did go through those red bars. I throw my C4 on it, like always, just for that extra bit of defense. Reload the RPG, always good to keep everything reloaded. And now we're kind of waiting for them to return, because I don't believe we got the team wipe, so we're just waiting for them to come back and take on that next fight. An explosion happens. When an explosion happens, there are probably going to be people nearby. I try and jump through this window because it got put up, so I tried to get back in as quickly, but I didn't. I don't really want to use my charge and slam here because I don't know what's in that room. And now that teammate's kind of separated, I don't think they knew that the wall closed off. I don't think they knew they could go backwards. Other teammate dies. I kill this light, and then I go to res them, throw my dome shield, and I'm kind of stuck hiding behind this little pillar here. I try to get their totem there. I don't. I have to blow up the cash out so that they don't get it. Waiting for my health to regenerate, hoping they don't see me and come around. And then they see me and they come around. So we do get wiped here. It's pretty last second. We get wiped and they end up getting this cash out, making this game much more of a game. So now whoever wins is going... Whoever gets the next cash out is going to win this game. So really you want to be the one getting this. It is nice to get the second cash out and just kind of finish it off straight away. But sometimes that just doesn't happen like there. And you're forced to go for the third one and just win it on the third one, which is what happens here. We have opened Vault 3 here, and we're kind of expecting them to be around. We hear some explosions. When you hear explosions, there's probably people. The floor gets blown up here. I don't really know what's around me. I RPG a heavy, they die, and I see a light. This shotgun has a good bit of range to it. It's always good to take a couple of pot shots at someone far away, just so that you know how much health they're on, because then it shows their health bar. So sometimes you'll shoot at someone they're full, and then there's no point shooting them more, but sometimes you'll shoot at someone like once and they'll die, because they're like super, super low. So with this shotgun in particular, it can be good to just take a couple of pot shots at someone and just see how much health they're on, so you know whether or not you should be like pushing for that or not. I'm looking for the entrance to cash out A here. I don't see it, so again, just charge and slam, especially on this map, especially if you don't know it, which I don't really. Charge and slam is just going to really be your friend and just help you get into areas a lot faster. I throw my C4 onto it, and we are ready for a fight. Reload the RPG, and I charge and slam through that wall, because I was going to go res my teammate, and then I decide not to, because they're probably just going to coin in 16 seconds. So we just try and defend this area, then we get the team wipe, and then I might as well go res my teammate anyway, because, you know, like, they do have 5 coins, I believe, so they could just coin here, but you can also just res them. It's kind of up to you, and I just go for the res. We're going to wait for this next fight, which is probably going to be the last one, given how much time there is left on the cash out. One thing I will say, actually, is if you're playing with people that are of a similar skill level to you, then just invite them. Like, if you're solo queuing, and you run into two teammates that are good, they understand how the game works, they've got like okay aim, you might as well invite them and just play with them in the next round. And it's probably just going to be better than playing with like another random person, you know? Like this third teammate that we have here, the randomer, I do end up sending them a friend request at the end of this game just because they're good, they have got good game sense. And when that happens, when you run into someone like that, you should just probably add them and play with them in the next game. It's going to make solo queuing a lot easier. It's also going to make solo queuing not solo queuing anymore, but it is going to help a lot. And basically, we just get another team wipe. They might have a chance to push once more, so I'm going to skip to that if they do. The enemy really doesn't have enough time to push here, but they have respawned, so they do try. The light uses a vanishing bomb, they try and get in close. I RPG them, and, you know, I don't know if I killed them here or not. I think I do, but it doesn't matter because we won the game. And I think the stats are going to show here as well. I played quite well in that game, teammates played very well as well, and here we're going to see that all of the stats were pretty, like, equal to each other. Like, the KD, in particular, was quite similar. So, if you're ever playing with someone of a similar skill level in a solo queue game, just add them. It's just going to help you, like, play better in the next game if you're playing with the same person, and it's just going to probably make you win more games as well. And I think here, I am going to send them a friend request, and then I do get a little message in the bottom left there that they've accepted it as well, so they obviously felt the same way, and that's just going to help you win more games, especially if you're solo queuing. But if you have friends and stuff that you can play with anyway, then, you know, that's also going to be fine. It's going to be a good alternative too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.